Today we're going to be having a look at these. A set of 20 pushing Christmas tree lights from Woolworths, a set of clear lights, and could these potentially be one of the first budget sets of Christmas lights? We have featured a set of lights nearly identical to these. They were a little bit newer. You can see a link to that video up there. These are an 80s set of lights. Got a nice picture of what you're getting inside of the box. This looks like it could be a fake Christmas tree. I don't think it's a real one. We've got green bulb holders, clear bulbs, and the bulbs have white bases. A little bit standoutish on the tree, in my opinion. I never liked these lights when they first came out because with them having the ability to put shades on, it just made it look like you were buying an incomplete set of lights to me, but that was a long time ago. Got the price label on here, which is removable in case they increase the prices. They can just change it somewhere else or put another label on. £3.49 in 1980. Let's call these 87 because it's hard to date these. There's no, hold on. Could that be 91 on there? I don't think it is because I think the boxes were slightly different. But even if it is 91, I had a look to see how much £3.49 was in 1987. In today's money, so quite a difference, but money was a lot different back then. Let's have a look. We've got standard particulars on the side. Don't do this, don't do that. These sets never came with plugs fitted. And we saw this diagram. This is a classic diagram with the Tulip shade. We saw this on the Premier set of lights a couple of weeks ago. You can see a link to that set of Santa headlights up there. Bulbs must be inserted so both leads are touching the terminals. Pretty standard stuff. The set must be protected by a 3 amp fuse if a 13 amp plug is fitted. British standard 1363. Again, I'm not up on these things. This is more of an electrician's kind of information that they would know. It would obviously date the set a little bit more and only use Woolworths 12 volt 1.1 watt bulbs. So that's what we got for the box. And inside the box, these have been out the box. You can see some remnants of some pearlescent tinsel, or could be the strands that you throw on a tree. So there's that. You can barely see it. There's a bit more there. Somebody used them and enjoyed them, and these have the oversized fuse bulb. And we've still got the original spare bulbs, which is great to see. So we've got one standard bulb. This bag, let's have a look. The staple has been released, so the bag has been opened. So potentially only one bulb's been used. It could have come with 2 standard bulbs and a fuse bulb. Let us know if you know what the actual inventory would have been on a set like this. So there's our bulb holder, ribbed. Got the ability to attach a shade. They were all pretty standard back then. Here's the obligatory Cinderella shade, and it fits perfectly, no issues. So if you have a finicky set of Cinderella lights or a similar Pifco set that you're having issues with the screw-in bulbs, you could potentially upgrade it using a set like this. This set is pretty complete considering how old it is, coming up to the 40-year mark. Still has the original cable sticker, although it is, oh, it's coming off, so we'll have to fix that. There we go. Not important, but if we can save it, we can save it. It came with a plug fitted. This is, can't quite tell, doesn't seem like it has a name on it. Oh, there we go. It's a Vollex. Carpenters Hardware shops. This might actually give an idea of whereabouts it may have been purchased. 49p. This is late 80s era stuff. This plug doesn't have terminal protection on it, so it was probably bought the same time as the set. We'll have a little look inside this one. I'm guessing it's a 13 amp. And it is. But it's been wired pretty well. They've Got a little knot on the end here to stop the cables being pulled out, and it can also help keep the braiding in place. Terminal was a bit loose. I'm getting quite the collection of 13 amp fuses now. There you go, cord grip needed a little bit of finesse. Okay, let's turn them on. I'm hoping these are just going to work straight away. And they do. We've got one bulb out. So that's full power, obviously very flickery. So I will turn it down for your viewing pleasure and leave it about there. That is about 45% power. And to be honest with you, it gives a nice lovely warm glow. Let's see if we can fix this. No, it's proper gone. So rather than using the spare bulbs, I think I'll just do a base swap and change it for a different bulb. I did have a little friendly conversation with someone in the comment section when I mentioned the Woolworths Winfield Crossblade type spare bulbs. They said Woolworths used a different type of bulb. That is true. They did have other standards. These were some of the earliest ones that they did. They are of the same era. As you can see, all the fonts are the same. The Woolworths logo is the same, and the font where it says for 20 push-in sets is the same as Christmas tree lights. So these are the same era, but they obviously had two standards. They had these and these ones. And we have a yellow bulb here which has the same base, so I don't need to do a base swap. Let's just do a little check. And there we go. That works. Just going to remove the paint from this. You've seen me do this before, but I basically scrape it off. Somebody asked, why don't I use acetone? Yes, you could use acetone. You could get a bit of acetone on some tissue paper and wipe it off. I don't know why, I just prefer doing it this way. I've not really had any bulb failures from doing it this way, and it's quite therapeutic. So just give us a minute and I'll do this. There's our bulb, almost liberated of paint, a little bit at the bottom. Here we go. Back working again. Have a little closer look for you. So we can. So I've dimmed it down a bit further. There's no flicker, and you can get a really good look at those filaments glowing away. This doesn't really show up on camera, but it's not as shiny as it should be. It's kind of like a it's like a matte colour. Well, there we are. There's our Woolworths lights. These lights I do not think are particularly sought after. They're just a plain generic set of lights. These probably would have been the cheapest lights you could buy in Woolworths, so they would be the budget lights. Shadeless lights have been a thing for a long time. Pifco have always done shadeless lights. Hold on, I think I've got a set. 20 mini lights, set number 1220. Got these here that we can do in another video. These are shadeless. You cannot put shades on these. If you want to see those in another video, let me know and I'll do a video on them. But as for these, I don't think they're particularly sought after. If anybody is absolutely desperate for these lights and needs them in their collection, let me know in the comments below, or email or message on Instagram. But I have an idea of what I can use these for. That'll be revealed in a video in probably a couple of weeks' time. I still think, even though it's just a plain shadeless set of lights, clear bulbs, they're still interesting. I remember buying a set of these lights in about 1990. It was in the newer style box, which looks like this. And the only reason I bought these ones is because they were on sale after Christmas and they didn't have any coloured ones left, and I didn't like clear bulbs, and I was able to scrounge some coloured bulbs, and I was able to put one coloured bulb after every fourth one, so I'd have one of each colour after every fourth one. So I'd have a green 4 clear, a blue 4 clear, a red 4 clear, and so on and so forth. And I swapped these lights for the cartridge game Frogger for the Atari 2600. So I don't think I did too bad there, but I don't have the cartridge anymore, whereas I tended to keep all the lights. This is probably the first set of lights I ever let go. But anyway, there's your little bit of nostalgia for the day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.